So I played with Cyber Dragons and Master Duel, and oh buddy, oh pal of mine, I hope you got something up your alley, because these are about to be your cheeks. And it's a 60 card Blue Eyes. Hey, what you about to bring out here? Chaos! Oh!
I'm about to end this man's whole career. Boom, bam, bop, bada bop, boom, pow.
It's a very fun and good OTK deck, as long as you don't get Forbidden Dropleted over and over and over again. For the love of God, how do they always have this card every time? Now, how does the Cyber Dragon deck work, you ask? Well, it's quite simple, Jim. It works by destroying your opponent's entire existence with these three specific cards. You have Cyber Dragon Infinity, Chimera Tech Rampage Dragon, and Cyber Dragon Seeker. With these three cards on the field, it's pretty much GG's for your opponent. Why is that? You may ask. Well, since Infinity is a non-negate, you can stop any cards, including Nibiru, from ruining your plans, as well as all other annoying quick play spell cards that negate effects or destroy your cards. Also, to take your opponent's face-up attacking position monster that may be an annoyance. Then you can use Rampage to clear all your opponent's back row, so you don't get mirror forced or magic cylindered.
Please.
Well, Doug, I do not want you to
Oh my
attack
god,
over.
no! I'm gonna ban this card, I swear to god.
And then to finish it off, you bring out Savior to Bruce Rampage's attack to 4,200, and then you can not only hit them once, not only twice, you can hit them thrice. And then after that, your opponent is essentially sent to the Shadow Realm. Now, some things to keep in mind. Maxi is pretty good against this deck, since this deck special summons quite a bit, so it's pretty tragic when you get Maxi'd and you do not possess an Ash or a Called by the Grave. Now, this deck does struggle against meta decks, since you want to go second with this deck, but all the meta decks want to go first. So, you see where the problem arises? Also, this deck isn't awful going first, but it's not really recommended. But if you do manage to get out Infinity and get a Fusion Cyber Dragon in the graveyard and then get Cyber Eternity out, then you would have a pretty decent board with an Omni Negate and a 4,000 defense monster that cannot be destroyed or targeted by battle. Matter of fact, it can't be targeted by card effects at all, but it's pretty hard to get both of them out on turn one. Another problem this deck has is that you really need Cyber Dragon Core, or one of your spell cards with the two most important being Cyber Emergency or Machine Duplication, so that you can really go into your plays without these cards. It could get pretty tough, since you won't be able to grab Cyber Dragon spell cards from your deck, or add a Light Machine monster from your deck to your hand, or special summon 2 Cyber Dragons from your deck to the field, which also helps you thin your deck. The last thing this deck really struggles against is cards that banish, such as Macrocosmos, Elemental Hero, or Dimensional Fissure, because there is really only one way to get your banished Cyber Dragons back, and that is via Overload Fusion. Hey, it's me that shows up whenever Past Me decides to spread misinformation and lies and just makes a lot of mistakes. It's not Elemental Hero, it's Mass Hero Dark Law, as well as it's not Overload Fusion, it's Cyberload Fusion. And with those errors fixed, let's continue on with this video. However, for most Cyber Dragon decks, you're most likely only running one of these. However, the good thing about this deck is even if you don't get the perfect starting hand, or if you even brick, that as long as you get Cyber Dragon Core or the aforementioned spell cards, you can then go into your combos, which can completely change the game, allowing you to bring out a variety of Cyber Dragon cards, depending upon the situation, so that you can then OTK your opponent. But Cyber Dragons is a pretty fun OTK deck. It allows a pretty easy and fast OTK dick, since you don't have to do 150,000 synchro summons or 250 different links into links to kill, which means you can end duels rather fast. From my experience, you could typically end duels in 2 minutes or less. With all that being said, I do hope you enjoyed watching this video just as much as I enjoyed making this. If you did, and if you wouldn't mind subscribing and leaving a like, because the Forgotten King always knows.